action. Good morning, everybody. This is your favorite aspiring revolutionary here, reminding you that we are all the authors of our own lives. As always, my message remains the same. Spend less, live more, earn your freedom with frugality. Today, we're going to try a slightly different format, so bear with me a little bit. Yesterday, we spoke about greatness of soul. Magnanimitas. Magnanimitas. I'm horrible at pronouncing Latin and Greek, so I'm sure I butchered it. In English, magnanimity, the quality of being great of mind and heart. Personally, I prefer the term greatness of soul. The way Aristotle conceptualized it, he clarifies with this chapter on ambition, whereas if you've seen the previous videos we've done on Aristotle's Nichomachean ethics, in the video on magnificence and the one on liberality, those are two virtues related to how man or we handle wealth. And the difference between magnificence and liberality is virtuous magnificence. The virtue of magnificence is how we handle major amounts of wealth, whereas liberality is how we handle smaller amounts of wealth. Some translations have it as generosity, like for minor ones. So the same relationship exists between greatness of soul or magnanimity and ambition. So greatness of soul deals with how we handle large honors, and ambition is how we handle everyday honor. Again, for Aristotle, honor's a little different than our concept of it, but it's roughly similar. It's basically it's a combination of our own self-respect, and then much of what Aristotle focuses on is our activity, or our exercising virtue in action. That is what flourishing, or eudaimonia, is, which is ultimately the thing that's motivating all human behavior. Now, fortunately, the chapter on ambition is quite a bit shorter than the one on greatness of soul, so I was able to fit everything on here without it being quite as cramped. So again, obviously ambition is the closest English word that translates for this virtue, but it's the virtue that's associated with beautifully seeking minor honors. Again, in Aristotle's world, he conceptualizes or frames all virtues as existing on a spectrum, with vices or bad behaviors being on both sides, either over or under, where in all of the virtues, courage, wisdom, temperance, they exist on the mean. Now, since there isn't a specific Greek word for virtuous ambition, we'll just leave the literal translation of virtuous ambition. And this is a visualization of the Aristotelian ideal of the virtue associated with minor honors, since, again, there isn't a specific word. There is vices associated with both under and over ambitiousness, and it's pretty much that. Under ambitiousness and over ambitiousness, we've got two quotes from chapter 4 of the Nichomachean ethics. First, we blame a man as over ambitious if he seeks honor more than is right, or from the wrong sources. And let's do what a philosopher would do. Obviously, #duh. If you're not seeking honor from the right places, or if you're not seeking it in the right ways, then you might be over ambitious. The closest thing I could associate with today would be like a workaholic, but only the kind of workaholic that isn't being effective. Again, wrong sources. An example, personally, I've been looking at careers that can pay a little better while still offering me the freedom to pursue some of my creative pursuits, and I think I've had some luck. And I can still do writing, but the issue is if I work really hard at that, I do not earn a whole lot doing it. And there are other things that I can do where I can that are more closely aligned with being the right sources. For me personally, now everybody's obviously going to vary and differ as to what is the right source for them, But remember, with greatness of soul, one of the biggest things that we see with a great-souled man is that he understands his value in the world, and he's not afraid to claim it, as Aristotle would say. We can actually compare a quote. So remember, men's ambitions show what they are worth, and if they hold aloof from noble enterprises and pursuits, and forgo the good things of life, presumably they think they are not worthy of them. So if you're a talented, capable, confident individual and you aren't going after what you're worth, other people will assume that you are not worthy of them. That right there again, that's from Greatness of Soul, so associated more with large things than this one, but the same principles apply. And then next, we have for ambition, the virtue associated with beautifully seeking minor honors, #beautifully seeking. We blame a man as unambitious if he does not care about receiving honor, even on noble grounds. So, if you're not striving daily, even for something noble, then you're under ambitious, which is viceful. Both honor and wealth are associated with minor and major virtues. This is what I opened the video with. So again, the minor virtue associated with, man, this thing's got some great wind shear resistance. We could probably build a sail with this. So the minor charm or virtue associated with wealth is liberality, with the major one being magnificence, and the minor one associated with honor is ambition, and the major one is magnanimity, or greatness of soul. It's another translation. And then we can close with, there isn't a specific term for the proper disposition to honor seeking, but it is this, and quoting, nameless middle disposition in regard to honor that we really praised. Compared with ambition, it seems unambitious. Compared with unambitiousness, it appears ambitious. So next time we'll pick up with gentleness, which is I think a better translation of the next chapter of the Nichomachean ethics for the virtue might be gentlemanliness, but it's kind of like how we handle anger and respect involving other people, or like if people confront you or disrespect you. And like all things, it's organized on a scale. Anyways, I think I'm going to be, as of right now, I've signed a job offer with a company that does door-to-door marketing and selling for home remodeling products. I've been sent the job offer and accepted it, so we're going through the onboarding process, and as of right now, my start date is on October 10th, and I will tell you guys, it's by far, I think this one is the one that by far fits me, or where my vision of the future the most, mainly because it's a leadership role, and just prior to having a chance, I spoke with another close buddy of mine that has spent maybe even longer in the door knocking industry than I have. Definitely even longer. At least he's sold even more than me. So even though I'm pretty sure if we compared every single person in the nation, I'm up there in terms of how many doors and dollar values I've sold over the course of my career. But I remember telling him, I was satisfied with, the flexibility offered to me by writing, even though it was a fraction of what I earned previously because of the flexibility. But I was interested, after doing all my traveling this summer, in leading, and I told him I want to be a leader, and this opportunity showed up. So I don't want to talk about it too much because it's still early in the process, but so far, let's say things look positive, and if things do continue that way, we may have some home ownership content that follows up quite nicely with what I opened my channel with like 5 months ago. So yeah, things are pretty cool and they're moving along. I can land a front and backside 180 on my skateboard now, and I am still working on new songs, but I recorded like 7 of them this summer, and that right there is quite a bit, even for a professional musical artist, and I am by no means a professional, which you can tell. I mean, if you've listened to any of my songs, you've got to know that I'm not a professional. But that's not necessarily where all of my ambition lies. I just love the way it feels to hashtag be rhythmic. Anyways, this is a wandering author here reminding you to exercise virtuous ambition and beautifully seek minor honors. As always, my message remains the same. Spend less, live more, earn your freedom with frugality. What are you guys doing in order to inspire, uplift, and empower your local community today? Because this world isn't changing unless we all do our part, and you can count on me to do mine daily. Till next time, I love y'all.